So, have you ever stopped and wondered how an AI, the stuff you use every single day, actually goes from just being an idea to a real tool? Well, today we're going to pull back the curtain and go on a guided tour of the entire process. I mean, we interact with AI constantly, but how it all gets made can feel like a total black box, right? Today, we're going to crack that box wide open and show you the blueprint that's inside. And here it is. This whole thing is called the AI Project Lifecycle. You can think of it as the universal instruction manual for turning a concept into actual, functioning artificial intelligence. So come on, let's walk through each of these 6 crucial steps together. Okay, so why do you even need a blueprint like this? Well, the truth is, without a structured path, AI projects have a nasty habit of going off the rails and failing. This life cycle provides the discipline, the framework to actually succeed. And it all starts with the most important part, the foundation. Just like building a house, you have to start with a solid foundation. And let me tell you, in AI, if you get this first phase wrong, the entire project is basically built on quicksand. So this foundation really has 2 key pillars. First, you've got to know exactly what problem you're trying to solve. And second, you have to gather up all the data you need and then get it ready for what's next. Now, what's so fascinating is that this first step, it has absolutely nothing to do with code or complicated math. It's all about asking the right question. What are we really trying to accomplish here? Are we trying to predict which customers might leave, or maybe identify diseases in medical scans? Defining that goal with crystal clarity sets the course for everything that's going to follow. Next up, you need your raw materials. And for AI, the single most important ingredient, bar none, is data. This step is all about collecting huge amounts of information that will eventually become the textbook our AI model learns from. But here's the thing. Raw data is almost always a complete mess. Seriously, it's full of errors, missing pieces, weird formats. You can't just dump that garbage into a model. A massive amount of work goes into this cleanup phase. You're fixing errors, figuring out what to do with missing values, and getting everything into a standard format. It's exactly like prepping your ingredients before you even think about starting to cook. All right, our foundation is set and our data is all prepped. Now we get to the really cool part. It's time to actually build and train the AI's brain. And this phase is really kind of like a 2-step dance. It's this constant back and forth between building the model and then rigorously testing it to see how well it actually performs. This is it. This is where the learning in machine learning actually happens. We feed all of our clean, prepared data to the model, and it just starts trying to recognize patterns. A lot like a student poring over a textbook to learn a brand new subject. And you have to understand, this is not a one-and-done deal. Not even close. It is a constant cycle. You train the model, you test its performance, you find its weaknesses, and then you go right back and refine it. Train, test, repeat. That's the mantra. So, think of this part as the AI's final exam. We give it a whole new set of data that it has never seen before. This is the moment of truth. We find out if it actually learned the subject or if it just memorized the textbook. Big difference. And what if it flunks the test? Well, you don't just scrap it and start over. You refine it. That might mean tweaking some of its settings, changing the model's basic structure, or maybe even going all the way back to the beginning to get better data. It's a process of constant improvement. Okay, so our model passed its exams with flying colors. It's officially graduated from the lab. Now, it's time to give it a job out in the real world. This final phase involves 2 key steps. First, actually deploying the model so people can use it. And second, maintaining it so it stays effective over time. You can think of this as launch day. Deployment is that moment the AI model finally goes live and starts delivering real value, whether that's recommending movies, translating languages, or helping out doctors. And deployment can look really different depending on the goal. The AI might get integrated into an app you already use, it could become the engine for a brand new one, or it might just work behind the scenes to generate crucial insights for people to use. But, and this is a huge but, the work is not over at lunch. The world changes, new data comes in, and a model's performance can actually get worse over time. That's where ML Ops comes in. It's all the crucial, ongoing work of monitoring, maintaining, and updating the AI to keep it effective. It's just like getting regular oil changes and tune-ups for your car. All right, let's just step back for a second and look at the big picture one last time. So here's maybe the most important takeaway of all. This blueprint is not a straight road. It's a continuous loop. That final step, MLOps, is constantly feeding insights right back to the beginning, helping to define new problems and endlessly improve the entire system. It really just boils down to one key concept. This whole thing is an iterative process, involving multiple rounds of model development and refinement. The heart and soul of modern AI is this constant cycle of building and improving. This structured, iterative cycle is the engine driving the AI we all use today. But as artificial intelligence just keeps getting more and more powerful, you gotta wonder, right? What will the blueprint for tomorrow's AI even look like?